Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, June 19th, and happy Father's Day to all those out there that are father or father figures to someone in their life. So yesterday I did Creativity Now, which was fun. We got some good ideas, but so today's card is going to be a little more low-key because frankly I have a lot of cleaning to do in my craft room. And I got the projects put away, but I need to get some organization done because things are just thrown all over the place. So I'm going to do a fairly simple card today. It is going to be using some items, though, from the annual catalog and some items that are in the upcoming July to December catalog. So showing you the items we're going to be using today. We're going to be using the layering circles. Let me get that up here. So you can see it's on page 172 of the annual catalog. So there's the circles. Or we might use the circles from the Stylish Shapes. Now, Stylish Shapes is back here a page or two. And this is a new standalone set in the catalog, page 175. Then we're also going to be featuring, and I've talked about this, but I haven't delved into it yet. We're also going to be using Lisa Curcio's $1 Million stamp set, which means when she sold $1 million, she got to help coordinate and design and develop this. Doesn't mean that you would pay $1 million. It's her $1 Million sales achiever. Now, usually, I have my stamp sets in here with my dies. There are so many dies with this, people. You can't even fit them all. I tried. It was very tight. It wasn't going to work. But you get, look at this, 17 sayings. And you know what I do? When these come in, I stamp a little like sheet because I don't like having them up upside down. When you get the printed, and let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I taped this down or not. You get it printed, but it's the mirror image. So I stamp it and then I put it in here. So even though it might be upside down here, and you can store it like this, it's not going to hurt it. I can see where it is. So there's 17 stamp sets, but there are 30 dies. So these are the other 13 dies, like little accent dies. These are the actual dies. Now what I've done here is I put it's just typing paper, very thin, on top of a magnetic vent cover that I have on cardboard. So that's how I use it. I don't get those whatever from those other places. I go to my local home improvement store, grab a pack of 3 vent covers, and I use those. And look, they hold them. So then what I did was I stamped them on there again, just like they're on here. But then, of course, the dies go upside down. And I've also numbered them so that, if heaven forbid, my magnetic gives out, I still have this piece of paper that has them all numbered. Because originally that's how I was going to do it, but didn't work. And I used to have the numbers on here, but then that got to be too much. Anyway, I love talking about nothing. So then I just go ahead, like I said, on typing paper and put it inside and put a few Velcro flaps on there so nothing gets lost. Okay. Oh, I forgot what else we're going to use. And now, I told you I wasn't going to get this, but I ended up getting it. So, that doesn't make me a liar. It just makes me give in to peer pressure. We're also going to be using Dots and Spots from page 170. Another standalone new die. Okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use the in colors this time. So I'm going to kind of, brighten it up. But I'm also going to use, I think, one of these circles. Yeah, I think I'm going to use one of those circles. Okay, so let me go over here to my little pile. I have my little acrylic shelf, and I have 2 of them. So let me show you. So these are all the 5 1/4 by 4s in the basic card families. So color family. So this is the subtles, this is the regals, brights, and the neutrals. So I have those sitting just right here so I can grab them at any point. Then in the second one, I have, this year's In Colors, the Legacy, or the In Colors that got carried over. Will it retire at the end of this catalog season? And then just folded cardstock. So these are bases all ready to go. But these are all the top fold. So I don't do top fold a lot. So I just have them in there. So I have these two right here on my little plastic plexi shelf little drawer system over here. So we're going to use the In Colors, the new In Colors, this one to kind of brighten it up. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a sheet each of the Parakeet Party and the Tahitian Tide. First thing I'm going to do is, and that's why I was bringing this up, is I'm going to do my polka dots out of my layers. Just because I can. And I have to use the big Stampin' Cut and Bust machine on this because this is a full die. All right. And it was funny, we had Creativity Now yesterday, and there was so many different people. You know how you'd call mine Mama and Baby? There were people that called theirs Big Boss, Little Boss. Someone called theirs Poncho, and I can't remember, but it was really funny. All the different names that people were saying they called their Stampin' Cut and Bust machine. So I guess me calling mine Mama and Baby isn't that bad. Okay. But I like Big Boss, Little Boss. That's kind of funny. All right, anyway. So let me go ahead and take this. And we're going to go ahead and just lay that down. Put number 3 over it. And you don't have to run it back and forth. I did it once, and I think I moved a little bit so that I had like double stars. Ooh, look, I have a piece of tape on there too. So let me go ahead and bring out my little foam insert, kind of rub over this a little bit, get out some of those circles. All right, there's still some on there. There we go. I try to do it in this so I don't have them all over the floor, because let me tell you, I did in my scraps, I did all the ones that could go, and I have a bunch of circles in there, so I really didn't need to even do a new circle one, but I wanted to show you how it cut. Oh, I must have. All right, so there's that one. Let me go ahead and do, see, and look, even with that, I still have them left. All right, you know what, we're just leaving it there. All right, and you can line it up so that you don't have any edges, but we're going to cut these out in circles anyway, so this one doesn't matter that much that if I have an edge or not. So let me go ahead and put that down. I am going to, I think this time, angle it, because I don't know if it's because there was other cardstock on there or just the way the rollers are, but I want to make sure to show you that one pass through is all you need to do. All right, let's go ahead here again, bring this over. You have to remember, you don't have to do it hard on here. I'm going to ruin my bristles because I push way too hard. You just need the lightest touch. See, you don't even need to really push. Let me go ahead, pull that off. I'm going to leave that in there for now. It's too big to go on my magnetic plate. So let's just go ahead, do that there. Perfect. So now we have both the Parakeet Party and the Tahitian Tide. All right, we're almost ready to put this over. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this with my die and go right into the garbage can. Get off all of those. Lots of static electricity. Lots of static electricity. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this back down. You know what? I think I'm going to, because I'm going to be lazy, because I want to do one pass. Let's see if we can do this. So let's go ahead and get 2 of these circles. Let's do this one, and let's see if these are the same size. This one. So I have this one. They're a little different. So I have this one from the stitched circles, and I have this one from the stylish shapes. So I have 2 different edges. I'm going to put them right in the middle because I could use this as a layer on a future card. And let me see. Oh my gosh, I just laid it. This is what happens. Oh, over here. I'm like, this is what happens when I have clear things. You could tape these down a little bit with washi or whatever. I'm just going to put my thumb over that one so this one doesn't move when that one goes through. Look at that. Perfect. So now we have the 2 circles. Let me get this out of the way. And then we have these layers for later. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's put that there. Let me put my dies back over here on their magnetic sheet so I don't lose them. Okay. Quite the little mess going on over there. All right. And I think that's all I need the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for. So let me go ahead, put that back on the shelf, and put this up over out of the way. All right. Now what I do with this is I'm going to go ahead and also, I'm going to kind of center this. See, I have like 1, 2, 1, 2 on either side here. So I know I have to go up a little bit because I'm doing this just to make a little mark of where I'm going to cut in half. So let's see. It looks like, and I'm lining up the edge of the circles with these squares. So see, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. All right, so let me go ahead. Don't know where my pencil went. All right, it's because I was doing the creativity yesterday. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to do just a line there and a line there. That's just going to help me when I go to put it through my cutter. All right, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty good. All right, and then I'm just going to make a little line there and a little line there. Now, you don't have to do that step because when you put it on here, you can line it up. But I just find that it's a little easier if I do that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just eyeball it. Not that big of a deal. All right, so we're going to do this, but we might turn one of these down to 1/4. Let's see. You know, let's do both down as 1/4. So we're going to do both of these as 1/4. And this one I am going to eyeball because see, it's about 3 inches, this one, so 1.5 inches. This one, I think, oh, nope, it's 1.5 inches. So there we have, oops. There we go. So we have 2 halves and 1/4. And another thing is this could be really, you could use this and make a great big ladybug. Just saying. Okay. Let's go over here. Cut down my base. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Go ahead, take my bone folder, get it right on those edges so that I have it's all lined up, and get that final crease. All right. Now, I am going to use a very thin layer, and I'm going to show you why in a second. And you can see it here. If I go ahead and lay this, oops, let me see. Yes. If I go ahead and lay this like, no, I have to have a layer. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, see how I have like a basic background there. So let's go ahead and take, I like finding a neutral color, but I think since these are so bright, I'm going to use one of my lighter neutral colors. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a subtle. Let me go ahead and grab that stack. I think I want to do, yeah, we'll do that. It was either that or, oh my gosh, Daffodil Delight. No, I think that's going to be too bright. And so Saffron. Now I'm just going to use, I think that's soft sea foam right there. Yep, soft sea foam. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm not going to layer this down first because this is what we're going to do. When we're putting in these corners, I have to decide if I think there's enough contrast. And see how that just fades right in? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get a sheet of basic black cardstock. And hey, I want to let you guys know this really quick. Coming up in the July to December, they have basic black and 12 by 12. Just letting you know. All right, so I want to make a really thin edge. Since this is already a layer, I want to do a very thin edge. And I'll show you the difference before we put it down. So a very thin edge means we're just going to go an 1/8. And here's the 5.5 that it usually is. We're going to go an 1/8 under that way. And we're going to go an 1/8 under the 4 1/4 because that's usually your card base. So we're just going an 1/8 under that. And then if you wanted to, because people always say, wow, you're wasting a lot. If you want to go ahead and do some cuts or punches out before you use this layer, you can. For the sake of time, I'm going to come over here and just, oh my goodness, sorry. I'm going to come over here and just take this punch, which I can't remember the name of, but it's also in the annual catalog, and just kind of go out of the middle. So then I have punches for later. I have a little pouch. I'll put those in. I'll put them up there for right now. But now you can go ahead. And I'm not going to type this down. I'm not going to tack this down or anything yet because I want to show you what I'm doing here. All right. So let's go ahead and get my multi-purpose glue. Everything's in a different spot right now because of Creativity Now yesterday. It just kind of, I've rearranged everything. That's why I have to do a more simple card today so I can get some straightening up done after we celebrate Father's Day for my husband. All right. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's on the floor, but I don't think it's falling out. Now, I usually, and I'm not going to do this because people, I already do tape on here, but usually, get that glue before it spills all over. Usually, again, I use my cutter to help line things up, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to glue this down, right? So I'll put the card straight in that corner, tape this down. Let me put some adhesive on there. Yeah, people get very upset with how I use my cutter. Because what I like to do is, so this card base is right in the corner. So that if I put this right in the corner, it's all lined up. Hold it a second. No edges. Didn't go over the edge. See? Look at that. So I do like doing that. People get mad about that though. All right. So then I'm going to do this up a little bit. This way. This is a newer, I'm not even really pushing the glue. This is a newer multi-purpose glue, so it's really full at the edge. Oops. Oh, see. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta do it. This is what I do. Alright, so you might see a little glue because I did move it. But I just like having that edge, that raised edge. Why give me a raised edge if I'm not going to use it, right? And then, oh, I wasn't supposed to cut the blue one. Let's see. I think I probably can glue it right by, yeah, whichever one you're going to use in the corner, whatever your card base is, don't cut the other one. All right, we're going to make do that way. So let's go ahead. I'm sorry, you know, if I was better at videos, I would be fast forwarding through all this, you know, highly entertaining time me putting glue on cardstock. So I'm just going to butt that one up. It's not going to be that noticeable. If it is, oh well. There. It'll be hardly noticeable. Maybe that's where I'll turn it this way. And that's where my greeting will kind of go over. All right, so anyway, so let me show you what I meant about that black layer. If you put it on just this, see how that green fades into the green, the parakeet party? So take your layer, this layer here. Remember, this is just an 1/8 lower. Just an 1/8 lower, not a 1/4. Your main layer is usually the 1/4. This is an 1/8. So this is a skinny layer. Go ahead and do that. And let me hover. Nope, I want to move it over just a little bit before it gets really down. I want to, I'm sorry, I don't want to get my head or belly into the picture. There, that looks pretty. Now the same with this. Like I said, you know I usually use the Stamp and Seal, but since I have to be able to move a little bit, I'm putting the main of the glue in the middle, but just enough on the edges to keep it flat. All right. And as long as your top and your edges are okay, your bottom should be fine. But see how now that just, ooh, and I got glue on there. I'll wait till it dries and then I'll just rub it off. That's a good thing about the glue. I don't want to use my fingers now because they're dirty and I'll make it even dirtier. But see, I can't help myself. All right. We'll get it off in a second because now I'm just making it worse. There we go. Good old microfiber cloth. Okay. All right. So now, here we go. Get out my Memento. Oh, I need to get out a piercing mat because that's photopolymer. You always have to use a piercing mat with your photopolymer if you want the best results. I mean, it's not law, but yes. And with these letters and these phrases, I like to hold down just a second. And I want to show you how wonderfully Lisa and the team did on this, because I love this. Look how that Y underneath that wonderful, look how it is so dimensional looking. Do I have this? Yes. Do you see how the Y is going through that D? Love it. Completely love it. Okay, and guess what? I need to I'll bring out the baby this time. But we're going to go here to that Wishing You Everything die. Bring out the baby this time. get my... And again, I have a little bit of tape there if I want to hang on to it. Everything lines up perfectly. I'm using that H and that Y. See how that, oops. See how that Y and that H are just barely inside that. Then I'm going to just put a little small piece of tape on there so it doesn't move. Oh, I'm wondering if that other side's going to move. Let me take a piece. This is just a piece of the masking paper. We're going to go down that side too, just so it doesn't move. Run it through the baby. Oh, and hey, I should let you know, Tuesday the 21st is free shipping day. So if you place an order through my website on that day, you get free shipping. Just wanted to let you know. All right, let me go ahead. Look at that. Look how pretty. So if you wanted to do the blending brushes, you could to bring that out more. I'm not going to, just for the sake of time. Let me get some mini dimensionals. You know, before I take those backings off, maybe I will. I'll just take one of my blending brushes that might have some color on it. Or, you know, a fun little thing. Let me grab this. Let me show you what I did yesterday. So here's Parakeet Party. For the Creativity Now, we had done a torn edge, and I like taking my blending brush, sorry, I don't know, and just going right along. You're not going to hurt your blending brush. I mean, sorry, your blends, not your blending brush. You're not going to hurt your blends at all, but I just like going right around that edge, and just adds a little bit of color onto your cardstock. I'm not going to get right down in there. You don't have to do it every single place. But look how, just a little bit, and you have a little bit of an edge. I think it's a fun way to help make that stand out. All right, now we're going to take off these backings. Yes, I could get my take your pick tool. It is right there, but there's only 4 of these. All right. That's what I do when not that I get nervous, but when I'm like trying to fill up dead air space, I go I go boom, 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 boom. All right, so I'm going to put this right here where that kind of line is. Oh, I don't know what I got on there. And then here are those fine sparkle adhesive back gems that I was telling you about. These are in the upcoming July to December catalog. And I'm trying to see if oh, here it is. It's like, where the heck is my take your pick tool? Because, you know, I had this one. I have 2. So that way I always have a poker end available, and I always have my putty and my roller brush. All right, so look at these. Look how pretty. So I'm going to do 3 over here, and then I'm going to do that one upside down. I need to roll out a little bit more putty. There we go. And 3 there. So there you are. Just a fun little quick card. If you have these pieces cut out ahead of time, it's a very quick card. So like I said, I have a bunch that are cut out, but I wanted to show you how that die cuts. But yeah, inside of my little, let me see if I have, let me see, I was just trying to see. I don't know if you can see, like here's my, so I have a bunch of those in there. So it's just cutting out a quick circle and then doing some halves or quarters just to make an interesting card. Remember, a little layer of black never hurts. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great Sunday. Hope you've had a good weekend. Have a safe upcoming week. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that are celebrating. Have a great one, people. We'll see you later.